Carolyn, this week, President Trump, or last week, I guess, uh, submitted what is referred to as a skinny budget, rolling it out a little bit at a time. What's a skinny budget and what's in it?
All right. Well, it we expected this week to be a week of high drama, but less so than previously thought. But we do have this skinny budget that he presented last week. It has created a lot of controversy. But basically, it's dealing with the discretionary side of the budget, which, as we have discussed on this show before, it's about $1.6 trillion out of our total $7 trillion budget. So it's only dealing with a fraction of the budget. But this is the material that we often think of when we think of the full budget, right? So this is the Department of Defense, it's education, it's labor, it's agriculture. It is all of those foreign policy programs. It's our State Department. Pretty much everything that is not Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and some of our entitlement
And
programs.
interest on the debt.
Interest on the debt, exactly. Yeah. So this is everything else. And it is split roughly 50-50 between defense spending and non-defense discretionary spending. And so what has generated a lot of controversy is that the president has proposed to cut the non-defense spending by $163 billion, which is about 23% of that total budget. So it's about 720 billion right now, and he's proposing to whack it down to 557 billion. So many folks are hearing about cuts to public broadcasting, for instance, cuts to USAID, the Agency for International Development. All of that is being rolled up under that $163 billion cut. And then he is proposing to increase funding for defense spending, but not in his budget, not through the regular appropriations process, but he wants to tuck that in with the reconciliation bill, which is a separate piece of legislation that is moving. And that the reconciliation bill is really where he is trying to incorporate a number of tax cuts, the reauthorization of the Tax Cut and Jobs Act, plus a number of his tax cuts. And he now wants to put in that bill this increase in defense. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah, and it sounds like maybe a little bit of a sleight of hand here. You talked about 163 billion worth of cuts, and you say, well, okay, the budget needs some cuts. We got $2 trillion deficits. We're going to have to trim somewhere. But then you said he wants to add back on the defense side. So it just, forgetting about whether it's discretionary or mandatory, but it looked like kind of an even swap there.
Yes, almost one for one. So he is cutting a number of programs. He's moving it over into defense, and then also over into the law enforcement and border control type initiatives that he has launched. So there's not any deficit reduction really going on here, though I guess, to be fair, he is paying for at least these discretionary shifts in priorities that he wants. Whether you agree or disagree with those priorities, at least
Right,
they are paying for it. Yeah.